I'm Kevin Coleman at the Pump House Center for the Arts, and I am with the artist who painted himself in this picture. And can you tell us about yourself and then your art here?
Okay, my name's Lanny Stout. I've lived in this area for about 20, 25 years, maybe longer. Anyway, these paintings are grouped like I had a couple of opportunities to go to Europe, and this is like the coastline of England from the plane. This is from London, called the London Majestic.
A little different from our Majestic.
Yeah, a little bit.
Is it a theater?
Yes. Only, well, I didn't really go in. I just saw it from the bus tour, but it's an interesting structure. This is from Ireland, called the Rock of Cashel. It's the interior of a ruined church that dates back to probably the 1200s. And it's the site, there's old graves all around it. And it looks out over the countryside of Ireland. This is the first time I was in London. I just took off walking from my hotel room, and this was an old church I saw. So these were pastels taken from photographs I took of the church.
And your honeymoon?
Oh,
is that on the wall here?
Yeah, that was in Smoky Mountains. My wife Norma and I were married there in 2005.
Okay. Any other favorites among the collection over here?
Well, this wall is, the drawings around it is basically different studies of the mountain group.
The Hopewell Works on Sulphur Lick Road?
Yes. We go on hikes there on a regular basis. And this one I call the one in color is Wind and Shadow, because there's a few indications that there is a wind blowing the leaves in the air.
Yeah.
That old guitar is the first guitar I learned guitar on it. It hasn't had strings on it for decades.
So, no harm to it turn into a...
No. In fact, it was sitting outside in our shelter for a while. It was really getting some weather on it, so I redid the background paint, covered over the cracks a bit.
So a little different character now, instead of weather beaten.
Yeah.
What about your gourds?
Well, we go to the gourd man out on 104.
Yeah.
But I also grew a lot of these myself in our garden in the back. So you're a combination of all of them.
And you're inspired by their shapes sometimes?
Yeah. Actually, some, like this, is inspired from London. That's Piccadilly Square. Of course, I do the holiday ones. I had an old photograph of some friends walking up a lane with this one, and those shapes were actually their reflections in the puddles that they were standing above after the rain. And I turned it into a ghostly thing.
And I see you have a Hopewell gourd?
Yes.
So that's
really, since we moved up here, I've always especially been interested interested in mounds and various prehistoric Indian structures. And these rocks here are the ones I picked up along the way, and I call it my COVID stones because they were painted in the 2020s.
Yeah. So where did you live before you lived here?
Missouri, in the Ozarks, southwest Missouri. And I grew up in Texas.
So what brought you to Ross County, this area?
Well, I've worked for Walmart for a big chunk of my life, and I was transferred up here. And I retired from Walmart.
So you were moved here and you stayed here?
Yep. Yeah. Well, all my kids grew up here, basically. They were all pretty young when we moved up here. So.
Okay. Any others on the wall here?
Well, this one is my brothers and I on Elm Street in Dumas, Texas, where I grew up. That's me with the crutches. It's kind of a microcosm of life on the panhandle of Texas. It looks so green, but oftentimes it was brown and dusty.
Yeah.
And this was taken from a photo in El Reno, Oklahoma. And that's my grandfather. He's long since passed. And that's my daughter. She was about 3 or 2.
And you got a few skeletons here?
Yeah, this is from London, from the Natural History Museum. Interesting story about this. This is a full Diplodocus fossil, but I learned later that this was actually a copy. It's not an original. The original is in Pittsburgh, and I finally got to see it at the Carnegie Museum in Pittsburgh.
And you have a nightmare on Paint Street?
Yeah, well, this was inspired by one of our ghost walks we were on. I think I first saw you on one of those. You were like dressed up in old Undertaker get-up or something.
Yeah.
But this was inside the, I can't remember the name of the building, but it's on Paint Street, and it's the Oddfellows Hall. You go up the stairs, and they have a bunch of Masonic type paraphernalia up there. And it's actually from a photograph. There was a door at the landing of the stairway, and I had a photo of a guy standing in the doorway. And the group here was actually from another photo from the Majestic, and of course they weren't skeletal or anything, but
no.
It was that
a little bit of a composite.
Yeah.
It looks like you've copied some Camp Sherman photos.
That's right, and that was for a special. It's all done in pencil, well, charcoal pencil. And I like the character in their faces.
The nurses are definitely very capturing the moment.
Yeah.
Looks like a breezy day, and they were told to come out and get a photo.
You see there's a figure standing in the distance in front of another building.
Yeah. All right, so your art will be up here along with Mr. Krieger's Barnes.
Throughout the month of November.
And are many of your pieces here for sale?
All but a few. I think the more personal ones aren't for sale.
Okay.
The gourds are. I don't think the guitar is, no.
A little personal.
Yeah.
All right. Thank you very much.
All right. Thank you. Well, I just basically took all the paintings off my wall, and I told my son that I might have to raid his house too. Turned out I didn't have to. I actually had more artwork than I had room for upstairs, so I'm packing some of it back. But it really is a nice experience to just see it all together instead of something here, something there, something in the storage buildings that we have in the back. So, but I appreciate the opportunity of being able to do this. So,
Thank you.